Hello, y'all. We are going to be getting started with the drama-free love series. What's good, young Diggy? We love it here. Hello, that guy, Tail 8. Hi, Mr. Walt. Hello, Smoothio. Hello, Nunsta. Listen, how do I say that? Nunsta Shaya. I know who you are. Hey, Dr. Alicia. Hello. What's up, everybody? So happy y'all are here. Can y'all go ahead and get a couple people in here? Tonight, we're talking about settling in relationships. I know some of us may have settled before. I know some of us may not know what settling look like. Sometimes you may believe that what you in is the best that you'll ever get. So we're going to be tackling that hard topic. We are trying to join. Okay, no worries. Let me see. I know she said she trying to join, so we getting her up here. And I think y'all can hear me okay. Yep. Trying to join. How are y'all doing on this Thursday? Are y'all doing okay? I'm pretty sure y'all are doing just fine. And y'all came to learn about how to have a drama-free love life. Hello.
Hey, thanks for holding it down for me while I figure out what I'm doing yet again. But
Listen, you get better and better every week on this.
I am. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're so welcome. How are you doing this week? I know you always ask me how I'm doing. How are you doing?
I'm okay. I'm hanging in there. It's, just moving and grooving.
Okay.
Getting through my week.
Okay. For me, I'm indulging in soft life September. Whatever that means, whatever that looks like, I am going to have it regardless. I've been cooking chicken today, so you remember you tell me to take some time for myself. I cooked me some chicken today. I slept for a couple more hours. So I feel like, my life is leveling out a little bit. Just a little bit.
Okay, so you cooked, you slept. What else you been up to? Good grief. You still need to call me because I want to catch up.
Oh, listen. I'm pretty sure that
I want to
call
know
was
about the
very
goings on.
insightful. Dr. Alicia, that call is going to be hilarious. Okay.
Okay.
So I guess let's go ahead and open it up, girl. Let me open it up. So, hold on, give me 1 second while I go to my Google document so I can read everything that we always do. So I want to welcome y'all to our weekly drama-free Black Love series. I am Jasmine Smith, aka the Pretty Plug, and I'm here with.
I am Dr. Alicia of Coaching with Dr. Alicia. Happy Tuesday to everybody.
Yes, and this series was birthed to raise awareness about healing and restoration of relationships within the Black community with a licensed therapist. Our first episode has been launched. I want to say this is probably like our 5th or 6th show. And today we are going to be talking about, are you settling in your relationship? We're going to discuss a popular TikTok video that has been spreading viral. We're also going to talk about what does it mean to settle? We're going to then talk about, do you know what your worth is? Do you know your worth? And then we're going to talk about the soft life era for both men and women, because men are now saying they want the soft life. And then we're going to bring the audience up for some questions. Does this sound like some good topics for today?
This is great. Soft life.
Soft life.
I think we all need soft life.
We do.
I'm gonna tell you that right now.
We do. So I'm going to play this TikTok video, and I got TikTok on my iPad. So just give me a second while I bring it up.
I think it's time we finally sit down and thoroughly dissect and discuss the phenomenon of high-achieving, high-earning young women having to settle when it comes to dating. To give you a bit of context, I was talking to 2 different young men, and they were saying, you're...
Hold on, y'all. It ain't gonna get me.
you are this, you're that, and then turn around in that same breath, ask me, how am I still single? And then they also said, again, in that same breath, well, a lot of men might find you intimidating because you have a good job, you don't take any nonsense, you have achieved so many things at your age, so they think, okay, I can't come to this girl with mess. And that's correct, you can't. 2020 and before, absolutely, sure, you could have gotten away with it. But the last train of mediocre men, that's left. You can't come to me with that anymore. The advice that they gave me was I should date somebody that I don't necessarily find attractive, however, they tick all of the boxes. However, if they were in my position, they would not do the same. I think it's time we finally sit down and thoroughly dissect and discuss the phenomenon of high-achieving, high-earning young women having to settle when it comes.
So that's it. That's where this week's topic comes from. That video got 7,883 likes. I'm pretty sure way more impressions, 590 comments, 718 saves. And the biggest thing is, y'all aren't dating in high profile scenes. Attractiveness is one of the boxes. It's in the top 3. It's not unreasonable to want someone who works as hard as me, respects me, and find me hot. It also says, I'll say this is the actual men would not find intimidating. And then another person said, I love these kinds of discussions. From a man's perspective, there is a nuance here, but as a successful man, oftentimes it's less about being intimidating. And Dr. Alicia, you know, I have heard all too much being intimidating. When a woman has herself together, men are just so intimidated. So I guess let's talk about that video. What did you get out of it?
Oh my goodness. Okay, so this is her experience, and I think that is probably what she's telling herself. But this really is a conundrum for a lot of women who are very successful, and they really do want to share their success with a special someone. It's like, I have enough money where I can go on vacation to Morocco somewhere, and I need somebody that can also be in that same position to go and do that with me. And so the struggle is just trying to find somebody who is similar to you, and looks similar to you in intelligence, similar to you in income. And studies show that you tend to marry, or you tend to sync up with someone who is kind of like yourself. So, birds of the feather flock together. Cream rises to its own level. I mean, that's really what happens. And so I think what she's saying is that it's somewhat of a frustrating struggle for her. And I think there's a lot of other Black women that echo that. Yeah. So it is a real issue. It's a real conundrum. And that's why you have people like, I can't remember her name offhand, but she has an entire business based on women traveling alone.
Okay.
She just solo travel. I think it's the passport abuser. So Dr. Boyce and I, we actually spoke to her on Instagram Live a few weeks ago, and she's like, I'm done with trying to wait this thing out. I need to be able to travel and abuse my passport and open my mind to things. And, something about travel that does that for you. So, we have been successful in our careers. We are spiritually inclined. We got our act together, and we need somebody to share and to spend that time with us.
Yeah.
Come on.
That is very ideal. I think that's what most women want, right? Like, they did the things that their parents told them to do, right? And it just seems like that parental advice is just not giving. It's not for the millennials. Like, go to school, get a good job, your life is gonna change. Like, nope, that ain't happening. Go to school, get a good job, and then out of nowhere they want some kids. How am I give you these kids? It's not making any sense. So it's just like, yet again, the millennials, because I feel like she's in the millennial generation, and a lot of the problems that I'm definitely seeing is like the millennials. We have just been told some advice. It's not working. So should women settle? I mean, get a less attractive guy, but he checks all the boxes? Is that the solution?
You know, that's really interesting. I don't know. I don't know how you could be less attractive if you checked all the boxes.
Oh, that's good. Okay.
I mean, what is so wrong? Like, what is it that you want? You want him to be, I mean, reevaluate that. What? He's 5'11" and you want him to be 6 feet tall. Okay, he's 2 inches shorter than what you want to be. Like, sometimes I think you're blocking your own ability to really find somebody if you're just looking at the outer appearance. Like, I've dated some real attractive men. I wouldn't come near them with a 10-foot pole. They've been all over the place, you know? And that's not like, I mean, really, is that really what you want? So I think you just need to reevaluate, what are you talking about settling? Like, is it something internal to you where you second guess yourself, you don't trust yourself, you don't have the confidence to know that you're making the right choice in a mate? Or is it something external? Is it like your friends are clowning you about what's going on, or you don't think your family would approve? Or you know, is it something like outside of you? And I think you need to evaluate that.
Yeah.
And come to a place where you can, you know, get some self-esteem. Having good self-esteem means you will go forward in life knowing that you're making the best decision.
That's good.
And you trust yourself. And you know what? If you trust yourself and you're like, that's my man, I love him, I'm shining him up nice and shiny, then everybody else is going to love him too.
That's good. So let's say we're going to do a hypothetical situation. We're going to say this woman named Sienna, right? She meets this man, his name is Jason. And Jason checks all the boxes, but you know, his shoe game ain't there. His pants and shirt, it ain't ticking the boxes. And you know, he could use some grooming. Would you suggest that, you know, once she notices that his internal is absolutely amazing and checks those boxes, that they begin to work together in order to, you know, work on their outer appearance? Or do you think that's changing him and not really loving him for who he is?
I think you should just go with it if that's what he wants to do. If you love him and he loves you and he likes to wear, I don't know, he likes to wear secondhand clothes, you know, but you're looking at him as a core person. And I mean, it is important to have good self-care. You know, I don't want anyone like, you don't want to like never go into the doctor, not taking care of yourself. I mean, I think it's good to be pushy. Yeah. In that way. You know, I was pushy with my husband when we first started dating. I was real pushy. I was like, you got to go to the dentist. You need to take care of yourself. You need to, you know, stop eating all that sweets and get your blood pressure down. But you have to do it in a way that's not critical, but in a way where it's just like, you're better. I need you to live so that we can be together. Yeah. I don't want you to have some sort of injury and then you can't do the good work that you're doing. So, I mean, it all depends on, you know, where that's coming from. But why not just love him for his worn out shoes? Who cares? Who cares about shoes? You know, something. Do anything.
I've seen people that, like, they will literally say, man, he got everything I want. And then they'll turn a blind eye to that person because they don't look a certain kind of way. And I think, honestly, we have to reevaluate what our standards are. What are your standards? If we know that we come from the Most High, God made everybody, and your heart gotta speak. This beauty is gonna fade. Hair gonna lose an edge. When you have your child, sometimes the stuff don't snap back right. As you get old, like, we're dying just a little bit more every day. But that soul, that core, that heart, that's like literally what's on the inside of you, that's not going nowhere. So it kind of grinds my gears when I know that I've sat in circles with women that will say, well, he ain't tall enough. He don't look good enough. He don't dress good enough. He ain't got enough money for me. And then they be the same one single.
They're going to always be single. They'll never find anybody. They're always, someone's going to find. And look at you. I mean, not all of us are perfect. So what it does, it makes everybody look at you now. Yeah. To say, I mean, you can't help how tall you are, you
You
know.
can't.
Why is that going to be, you know, a deal breaker for you? Like, what is that doing for you? It just it's I question those people because I feel like they're making an excuse
Yeah.
for things. You know, if you ask somebody, you know, how come you're single, and if they're honest with you, they just be like, it's them, it ain't me, it's them. And that's when you raise an eyebrow, like, okay, maybe it's the two of you together. So yeah, you do try to wonder, you know, why are you coming up with these superficial qualities in someone
Yeah.
that's putting a block in your ability to go forward in this relationship. I think a lot of people have blocks
Yeah.
that's stopping them, and they need to address that. Actually, what they need to do is they need to, and I keep talking about thoughts, but you really do need to think about your thoughts and why are you thinking this way, and why are you criticizing another person? Because the more critical you are of someone else, the more critical you are of yourself. And
Mhm.
where did that come from? Like, you know, that sort of critical stance can be very costly
Yeah.
to your relationships, and it could be costly to your mental health too.
Mm. That's
Mm-hmm.
good. And you know something? When you were talking, the things that I really heard is when you start dating, there is a list of things that you have no control over.
Mm-hmm.
And the
Mm-hmm.
things that honestly you have to accept, and it's not for you to change. And then there are some things I'm guessing maybe a part of the core values that you look for and bringing and continuing life. But your clothes don't make a man or a woman. Yo, the way
Mm-hmm.
your hair go, the way like your whole body like those things are things that you can't control. And the things that you can control, your attitude, your perspective, your willingness to be taught, your willingness to be coachable, your willingness to forgive, the love that you have in your heart. That's the stuff that's like non-negotiable. But we be stopping over here on the swipe. Ooh, the swipe is this and that. Ooh, you ain't looking good. Your job occupation.
Mm-hmm.
I was talking to somebody. Oh no, I was looking at it on TikTok, and a girl said that men know how to dress up their occupations. And the girl was like, he's a chef. And she was like, what kind of chef are you? And then he was like, you know, I provided at like a type of center. And she was like, oh, I had to swipe the other way because he works for a nursing home and he basically serves food for the people in the nursing home. And I looked at her. I didn't want to dive in because I'm not that mean. But I was like, baby girl, at the end of the day, he's willing to serve his time by making sure that the older generation has food
Yes.
and nutrients. I don't think nothing wrong with that man. But you got enough swipe right or swipe left or swipe off of him or unmatching because he ain't got the occupation. But at the end of the day, what's your occupation? Because these jobs, this money, it can be gone tomorrow. But your soul and how you contribute to the earth can't take that away. He can cook in there or another place. And girl, that burned me up. She talking about I unmatched with him because he served for the nursing home. Well, I hope somebody's serving you when you get there.
Oh my God. Yeah, this is so great. It reminds me of, okay, I gotta tell you about my brother.
Go
And
ahead.
I tease, I like the best. I got one sibling. He's my brother. He's 7 years older than me. And I always mess with him. But he was dating this he was complaining about the dating scene in Chicago. He's a bachelor, by the way. So anyway, he was complaining about the dating scene in Chicago. This may have been 10 years ago. And he was like, oh, these women I'm dating, they're gold diggers. Because my brother's got a good job, got his own house, he's got an MBA and all this stuff. He said, these women I'm dating, they gold diggers. I took this lady out for dinner and all she wanted me to do was spend money on her and all of this. So he's talking all of this, and I'm like, God, that must be really awful. You know, I'm empathizing with him. Then the next conversation I had with him, I said, friend, how's your dating? What's going on?
Not
And he
friend.
said, that's his name, friend. I said, friend, how's it going? Do you know what he told me? He said, I was dating this one girl, but I decided I'm not going to date her. I said, why? He said, well, her shoes didn't match her outfit. And I said, friend, no, you didn't say that. I said, you know what? I said, you're the problem.
Yeah.
I said, because just last time I talked to you, you said these women that you were dating were superficial and just was looking at superficial stuff like money and what you can do for them. But you just made a really superficial comment about this lady.
Yes.
I said, you're the problem. I said, you're attracting to yourself all the things that you're criticizing. You're bringing it on yourself because you're superficial. And I said, and you're the one that's out for whatever, because who cares about shoes if it match her outfit properly? Like, that shouldn't mean anything. I said, what kind of person was she, friend? And then he just kind of like looked at me like, you know, whatever. But it was an interesting conversation. Hopefully I got through to him. But yeah, I mean, it's just, you have to be able, I think what I'm trying to say is that if you want to know if you are settling, if you're the kind of person that's stuck, I think you should do a historical glance at all the men you've ever dated and see if you can point out some similarities among them. Yeah. So that you could just say, okay, I keep picking these type of men.
Yeah.
Maybe, or I keep picking this type of woman. You know, maybe I need to like examine that just to be insightful, you know, just to know what you like and why you like it, or maybe possibly adjusting.
Yes. And
lowering your guard.
I love everything you said. And shoes is something he could gift you with some shoes. That was such something small, but I think, like you said earlier, it's an excuse. Like, we will find anything in order to disqualify someone when we just genuinely don't like them or don't want them. We'll be like, we be like, it's your shoes or it's your teeth. When if you're just honest, maybe you're not a match for me, and I don't know how to articulate that to you.
Hey, to each his own. So be it, you know. Who do we have in the chat? Should we say hi?
Yes, go say hi to everybody. So just scroll up. So we got a lot of people today. We got Clean Coochie Beats. We want your coochie clean. We sure do. We got Emmy Eagle. We got ILLLC Management. We got Beauty Overload Hair, Val Work 88. We got Bobby Hemmett. We got Miss D Fit. Okay.
Hey.
We got Abundantly Amazing. We got Lynn NYFR. She says, I think I've settled for less because of lack of confidence. That's good. We're about to hit that next. We got Lynn from France, baby. You better. Bonjour. Okay.
Oui.
Yes. And then we got the Bailey team. And I'm pretty sure we have some more. But we just want to thank y'all. The next thing that we want to get into, which I want to say Miss Lynn has already started, which is, Wait,
hold on. I got to say hi to King Simon. King Simon is my man. He is the he does numerology, girl. You got to go to him and get your numerology done. I got the book here.
What's a numerology? Oh, that's my numbers.
Yes, girl. Get your numbers done with King Simon.
Mr. King Solomon, follow me on here so I follow you off of here so I get my numbers done. That's
get your numbers done. Make sure you got to run your whole life and your whole business on numbers. That's, you know what? That type of knowledge. Let me shout out to King Simon. That type of knowledge is what separates millionaires from billionaires. I'm trying to get in the billionaire category.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, and King Solomon, he had the most wealth, so he got King Simon. He his good cousin.
Oh, there we go. Yes. Anyway, okay, let's move on.
Yes. So, how do you know your worth? There may be a man or a woman on here that's like, what is my worth? How do I develop that confidence? I keep picking things that don't serve me, or I keep accepting the bare minimum, but I don't really know how to get out of that energy.
Yeah, your worth. I think what tears down your sense of worth, and I keep talking about your thoughts, maybe because in my practice, when I meet with a lot of my clients, I find that there is a relationship between negative thinking, sadness, and low self-worth. Like the three of those are very closely related. And I find that when I tackle the negative thinking, because what that does is it makes you feel sad, because just like everything is terrible. You're critical of yourself, you're critical of other people around you. There are people, and I know I talk about this a lot, there are people I feel really have a lot of feel sorry for, and also have a lot of empathy for, who build their entire platform on nothing but negativity.
Correct.
And I just think to myself, these are probably the most depressed individuals in the world, you know,
Yeah.
because all of this negative thinking, everything is awful, everything is bad, all it does is make you sad. And when you're sad like that, all these terrible things happen to you because you're focusing on the negative. And then therefore, it just tears down your self-worth. And I think what's happened, I mean, we could talk about, a lot of it comes from your family of origin and what they told you growing up, because they believe you. Like, how do you know your name is Jasmine?
My mama told me.
Your mama kept telling you and you kept responding to it.
Yes.
You are Jasmine. You are Jasmine. Well, the same thing happens with anything else people tell you. Why do you think, you know, I meet with clients all the time and they tell me, you know, I don't think I can do this. Or I feel like I'm a failure, or I feel like I don't deserve success, or I feel like, you know, all of these things getting in the way for them to be successful. And when I boil it down, I'm like, these people are lying to you. You have to be able to confront it. So I think that when you have issues of self-worth, you need to, first of all, take those negative thoughts and put it outside of yourself, because it was someone outside of yourself that implanted that in you. And you have to be able to recognize it, name it, stomp that thing on out, and you have to build up the real you, the strength in you to know that you're okay.
Yeah.
You make a mistake, that doesn't mean you are a mistake. You fail at things, you're gonna win some, always.
Yeah.
But guess what? As many times as you win, you're gonna always lose. It is something, it's one of those universal laws. Like, I like to study. You ever study universal laws?
I haven't yet, but I have been looking at Murphy's Law. Murphy's Law. I think that's a part of it.
Yeah, so that law is based off of principles. And you got to get into the principle of which that law is built. And so when you get into those principles, you know, it will just tell you you're going to win and you're always going to lose. But the thing is that you can't hitch your esteem on whether you lose or whether you win. And I remember Dr. Boyce put something up on his Instagram about a speech of a coach talking to his team and saying, winning is all that matters. Winning is the only thing that matters. And if you enjoy losing and your father told you that losing is okay, then your father is a loser. And I think that's the worst thing. Yes, he put that up there. And I always, when he put stuff up there like that, I go, no. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the thing is that I love that he put that up there, because my comment was performance-based esteem. So it's like you're basing your self-worth on something that is inevitable. You're always going to lose. You're always going to win. But the benefit in you is how you win and how you lose. Are you going to take a so-called loss? Are you going to learn from it to become better? Or are you just going to have a bad day because you lost and have a good day because you won? Your outlook in life is not built on anything sustainable in you. And if it's not internal, I think I started today talking about, is this internal or is this external? Because if it's something external, then you're going to be all over the place, because it's a universal principle that you will lose at some point. So I'm not saying embrace losing, and I think that was the point of it. But I'm saying that you can't hang your worth on on something that you can't control. You can't control any of that stuff. So when you talk about self-esteem, you know, that's what it's about. It's about looking at your thoughts, being able to examine them, where they come from, minimize them. And I do that a lot with my clients. And then you can turn this around and start to get in control of how you want your life to be. Because believe it or not, your external is really depending on how you feel anyway. Some losers, there are some people who win and they act like losers. There's some people who lose and they act like winners. So it is all internal.
You know,
Yeah.
you just be spitting game. Can we just give some hearts to Dr. Alicia right now for all of the gems that she just spit at us? I remember, I think it was the beginning of this year when I finally came to terms with I am still worth it no matter how much money I make. I'm still worth it no matter how much I achieve or don't achieve. I am still worth it. Like, if I decide not to do an additional thing, I am valuable, I'm worth it, and my worth is not tied to some metric that is technically unsustainable, depending on the time of the day, the week, the year. It's unsustainable. So what you're saying is just like winning and losing is inevitable. You're going to win some, you're going to lose some. But can you keep going, and can you find the beauty in it all and your thoughts in that problem? That's what I heard. What y'all hear in the chat? We listening. What did y'all?
Oh, someone giving you a compliment on your hair.
Oh, thank you so much, Clean Coochie Beats. We appreciate you for complimenting my hair. Love that Clean Coochie Beats loves the hair. Okay. I sold my own hair in. It helps to reduce expenses, but that means I can take it down and put it up as much as I want, and I don't gotta get mad that I spent money going to the beautician sometimes.
Oh, you did it. Okay. It looks
yes, honey. I know how to do some
hair.
hair. I know how to do some hair. That's why if the Lord ever blessed me with a daughter, she gonna be Slade, honey. She gonna be the pretty plug junior. Whatever she wanna be, she gonna be she gonna be pretty, okay? What do y'all think about what Dr. Alicia said? Like, any sentiments that resonated with y'all? Any questions that has come up?
Well, let's see if there's some questions, but I'm curious about this soft life. I wrote it down.
Oh, yes.
I think soft life, let me tell you, I have an idea of what I think soft life is about, but I want to know what you think.
Okay, soft life has nothing to do with money. Soft life has everything to do with what you're willing to allow in your life, meaning for me, my soft life, and obviously because we have the platform, to me, Jasmine, soft life is I'm not going to take on more stress than what I have to. I'm going to practice self-care. I'm going to start pouring more into me where I would have found areas where I poured into everybody else. I'm going to make sure I'm working out. I'm going to make sure I'm eating right. I'm going to make sure I'm pouring into me. I don't want all this additional stress. I don't need all that weight. Let's say the bare minimum. That's not soft. Allowing the bare minimum, or to give the bare minimum, or to be the bare minimum. I want to simply rest in my femininity, and for men to rest in your masculinity, and to be able to attract people that can actually add value and they're not takers. I declare September to be my soft life. I've had a couple people that I've had to say, you know what, right now we're not working. This isn't, we've outgrown each other. Let's move forward amicably. We don't hate each other. It's just like, hey, where I'm at right now in life and where you are right now in life, it's not conducive to my homeostasis of what I need to be a person. I don't need no additional stress. It doesn't make sense. Now, I did learn some real cool stuff. There's paid stress and there's free stress. I don't have no time for free stress. If I'm doing a job and it's a hard job, that's paid stress. If this is something that don't pay me nothing, and this is if it hurt me too much to help you, that's free stress. We can let go of free stress. Pain stress, that's something that society can't get rid of. You never be 100% stress-free. But for me, that's what my soft life represents. I want to completely rest in my femininity. And that has nothing to do with money or being a gold digger or saying a man gonna pay for everything.
Okay, that was good. Okay, so one thing I want to comment on, and I love what you said, and I have like 3 comments. Okay, so number one, I love this because I see, and you know what, I'm guilty of this too, Jasmine. Sometimes I feel like I'm on this rat race.
Yeah.
I am just like going on and on and on. I'm trying to do this, I'm trying to do that, I'm trying to do a bunch of million different things. It's like I'm being a jack of all trades. I'm a master of none.
Yeah.
Absolutely none. And it is not, and I'm not even enjoying myself. So I like this soft life because I think successful people have a soft life.
Yes.
Successful people go forth in the world confident.
Yes.
Like I'm going to do. Successful people take time. Successful people take time to sit back and reflect, to sit, and they take out time deliberately to do their meditation, do their self-care. Successful people aren't on this rat race.
Yeah.
And so they just know and believe that things are going to do well. If anything, I think you should spend most of your morning just with your affirmations.
Yes.
Because and do about half of the things that you think you need to do every day. You need to like chop that down in half and spend most of your time focusing on manifesting.
Yes.
And it'll fall in your lap because a lot of the things that I have always wanted, like I do vision boards, I actually do goals and mantras that I'll say it. I'll list out goals and I'll record it on my phone and I'll go to sleep and play the goals in my ear while I'm sleeping. And everything just comes to me in my sleep. Like for real, you'd be surprised. Like it's scary how fast it'll just come up. So anyway, that's like I don't usually talk to people about my little tricks that I do for myself to manifest, but there's so many different ways you do. And I find that things will just come to me a lot easier when I stopped working hard, which means I didn't really believe I could get it. Like hard work without the belief and without the confidence is a waste.
That's good.
Living the soft life with confidence, that's the best. That's your
soft
best
life equals faith plus confidence, and then you attract I love it. Come on.
Yes, I'm telling you, hard work with no confidence and no belief in yourself, and the fact that things are going to go well. How could it not?
Yes.
So that was the thing, and I wanted to call out somebody in the chat. I can't remember her name. She wrote, "I'm a positive person, but I always seem to pick the wrong man." I'm like, how are you positive?
That's Miss Lynn, New York FR. Do you want to bring her up? I feel like she's talking to us a lot.
I want to talk to you about that.
Yes.
She just made 2 opposing statements.
Yes. Come on, Miss.
Are you positive or are you not positive?
Miss Lynn, and she's out in France. She seems to be a big fan of Dr. Boyce and you also, Dr. Alicia. So let's see if we can get her on up here.
Man, France, man.
Yeah.
I love
France. I would like to live in Europe.
I heard there's some nice, lovable men in France. So I don't know.
Look, bonjour. Where's my tea? My tea and my cake, my pastry. I love apple pastries.
Oh my God, I've never been to France. I'd like to go.
I've been to Rome and Italy, and I've also been to Amsterdam.
Okay, all right.
Come on,
Is she coming in?
I hope so. Scared. We're now at the point where I do want to open the floor for like discussion with everybody on what's your take on soft life. I think that's a good opener on what's your take of soft life. Do you know about it? Are you doing it? Miss Lynn, New York FR, let me know if you're gonna come up.
Wait, she said I believe in myself.
Hi, I am here.
No
hey,
problem.
Come on up. Come on.
Oh, she's coming in.
Come on in the room. We ready for you, Miss Linda. Come on, Miss Linda. Come up here, girl.
Oh, yes.
Come on, Miss Linda. Let's go.
Hi, ladies.
Hi.
Hi, ladies.
Hey.
How's it going, Miss Linda?
Hi. Hi.
Bonjour.
Bonjour, les filles. I'm a big fan of Dr. Boyce Watkins, and I know of you, Alicia, through him. And I've watched your love story, and I saw the video where he proposed to you and all of that. And it's so funny how I know of him is because I stumbled upon him a couple of years ago, and he reminds me of my brother. He looks like my brother, who's a retired captain, lieutenant, colonel. And I'm like, he looks like my brother Cornell. I mean, he went to Plattsburgh and all this. It's just weird. But anyway, make a long story short, I started investing because of him. Voila.
Yes. Oh my
Yeah.
God. He's really remarkable. I really think that, I mean, he's not only changed my life and all the people around us, like everywhere he goes, he just has that sort of impact.
Yeah,
Like,
he's amazing.
for real.
Yeah, you're amazing. The both of you are amazing.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thank you so much.
I had
Now,
to
now
change
I'm
pajamas.
gonna call you out.
I was in my pajamas, so I had to put on my baseball cap and all this because I was ready for bed.
What time is it there? Of course, I gotta ask. It must be like midnight.
I'm in America at the moment. I'm visiting my family. I'm from upstate, the Catskill Mountains, Mike Tyson territory.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm going back to France in October, so I'm here visiting my family. My mom, unfortunately, she had a stroke in June, so I've been here taking care of her. But she's good. She's not paralyzed in any way. Everything is good.
Oh, wonderful. That is so great. Oh, enjoy your family. Enjoy your family.
Yes, I am.
Oh, that's so wonderful. Now, after all the niceties, I'm calling you out, Lynn. What do you mean? You said I'm a positive person, but I picked bad men. It was like you said one thing and then you said something else. You wrote something else that was contradictory to the first phrase. What do you mean?
She gonna get her breakthrough tonight. It's gonna come.
Is she in it? Okay.
Hold on. You may need to come out and come back in. Your signal's a little bit choppy, Miss Linda.
Oh no, I want to hear her answer.
On.
Miss Linda, you may need to come back out and
you.
come back in.
She doesn't even know. Oh, I wonder, maybe she should type it in.
Feel that, I've met a lot.
Lord.
You know what? I wonder if she could type her answer.
My life.
She said
60.
Okay, she about to come back.
Ask her to type it in because I really want her to. Well, I don't know. Maybe we can get her to type it in because I heard her say something about she met a lot of men in her life and then that was it. Oh.
Yeah, we gonna see if she can come back in.
You said come back, Miss Linda.
Come back, Miss Linda. I was trying to type the Miss and the Linda in there. Come on back.
Yeah, I really wonder. Like, I'm really positive, but I'm positively sure that I keep picking bad men.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I mean, I do think I kind of feel I've come to the realization that in the grand scheme of things, there are no mistakes.
Ooh.
Like you think you did something and what an awful thing. I never should have done that. And I never should have dated that person. But I really do think that you date whoever you're supposed to be dating so that you can learn from them.
Yeah, that's why my stuff be internships.
Internship. So that's right. Maybe an intern can be an actual full-time employee.
Yeah, and sometimes you get laid off. Sometimes it don't work out.
Yeah. Maybe you're just volunteering. Maybe you're not going. You don't quite have it. You're just volunteering your time. It ain't even an internship experience.
It's all part of a nonprofit organization.
Nonprofit. We don't have no money to pay you. We just want you to just come help us, right?
Yes.
But no matter what it is, though, in those experiences, there's always a lesson.
Hello, lady.
So
Hey, Miss Linda, your service
Miss
went out.
Linda.
Can you hear us okay now? Okay. Go ahead, Dr. Alicia.
No, I was just talking. I wanted to know from you. We didn't get your answer, and I hope if it doesn't work, maybe you can type your answer in and we'll read it. But you were cutting out on us.
Oh, Lord.
Oh no!
Oh, no. Miss Linda, somebody give Miss Linda some Wi-Fi, y'all. We need some
Well, she's up in the
Wi-Fi,
Catskills.
some Wi-Fi.
She's up in the Catskills, Jasmine.
Listen, I think I was gonna go there one time in New York, cause that's upstate New York, right? I was gonna go there one time. I didn't make it, and I know why. I can't live without no Wi-Fi. I can't live without no Wi-Fi. I need me some Wi-Fi.
Oh my God! Yeah. So you meet people. They can volunteer for the job. They can be an intern for the job. They can be on a 90-day probation.
Yeah, that's what I'm giving them. 90 days.
Yeah.
Intern.
90-day probation, and then after 90 days, you got to have like a let's sit down and have an evaluation.
Yeah, some people don't make it to the evaluation.
They don't make it.
They don't
let them
make
go. But guess what? You can paper trail people out if you need to.
It's good.
But I think what's important is to give people feedback along the way.
Yeah. That come with being truthful, right? Like, hey, you know, anytime I talk to people, I be like, this is who I am, this is what I do, this is why I do it. Today I met with a young man, his name was Torrance, and he has a business, he calls himself the Career Plug. And we had about an hour conversation because he has some things he's doing in New York City. He lives in Brooklyn, by the way. And he's doing like all of this D9, like career development and making sure that people can like get jobs. And we talked for an hour, and then he was like, do you mind if I ask you what's your sign? You know, I was like, hey, I'm a Pisces, okay? I'm gonna be real upfront. And then he was like, well, okay, I'm gonna tell you mine. I was like, he a Gemini. I said, oh, that's my besties. I love all the Geminis. Like, I don't have no problem. I ain't really met a Gemini that I don't really get along with yet. And so we just were able to have such a good conversation. The energy and the vibes were so good, but it was because both of us came to the playing field knowing that we are exactly who we are. And it's like, how do you help people? How do I help people? How can we meet in the middle? How can we partner in this experience? And it's just like, just being honest. I said, a lot of people just not real, Dr. Alicia. They not real with themselves. They not real with the people they talk to. It's just like they live in this bubble. And I be like, let's just get to the core. If we have challenges with this, if we're intimidated here, if we lack in confidence, nobody can help what you're not willing to reveal.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's so important in business for sure.
Yeah.
Because your integrity means a lot.
Yes.
You know, your integrity and the ability to be accountable for what you decide you're going to do. And, you know, you want to be able. Oh,
bless you. Bless you.
Sorry. I have my glasses on because my allergies are so bad. I had to put my glasses on. And I have like a allergic rash or whatever from outdoors. But anyway, you need to be able to have it.
Bless you.
Thank you. You have to be able to have integrity, and that's so super important. And you can't be ashamed. I mean, you got to kind of have to go into it with this. You can't just think that you just have this big ego and everything. You got to be profiling and pretending like you're something that you're not. People can see straight through. Honestly, I can see straight through it.
Yeah.
And there have been meetings I've had with Dr. Boyce, and I'll be sitting there and I'll be kicking him under the table like,
girl, not the white kick, not the white kick. We ain't doing this business meeting anyway. We here just we showed up, and this is not going any further.
I'm like, watch out. And let me tell you, I've earned my respect from Boyce. And he's like, you know, he'll look to me. And I look to him for a lot of stuff too. So
you guys,
so, yeah.
Geminis always have discernment. Y'all discernment unmatched.
Yeah. Yeah, and he's developed. I mean, he's developed in a certain area so well. It's so well developed that I just like get on board. I'm like, let me just get on board with what he's doing. And it's so funny because I have my own content area of expertise. And so we just look at each other like, look at you go. He's like, look at you go. You
I
know, so
love.
we're able to, yeah, we are able to, we're able to acknowledge that. And I know my limitations. I'm like, my cluelessness about business. I'm like, how do I do this? But I'm getting better. It's getting better. I'm going to pat myself on the back. I'm figuring stuff
You're
out.
already amazing, Dr. Alicia. You don't have to do no more or no less to be qualified, honey. You are already qualified.
Well, thank you, Jasmine.
You're so welcome.
You're so kind.
Yes,
Pulling
ma'am.
me out of my comfort zone.
And I loved it. Y'all, when I met Dr. Alicia, she was like, girl, I struggled through that live. I went through it. I did it. And y'all, she gets on this live now and she is herself. She is talking. She is sneezing on here. She is fully herself. Okay?
Man, it's allergy season. I'm going to be messed up for the next couple
You
of
had
weeks.
a couple people say, bless you, just so you're
Yeah,
aware.
and thank you for that.
Did we have any questions from the audience? I would love to just pick y'all's brain. You all come pick ours. This is just that time. Like, we want to talk to y'all. This is that time. So please.
Well, there's some people who just joined. Love and Ink just joined.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's what it looked like.
Sincerely Dressed.
Classic Gym celebrated 2018 and sincerely, yeah. And then Miss Lynn, we would have loved to have you, sis, because we was gonna get that double entendre on you positive, but you positively ain't picking. We had to pick one. We gonna choose our hard today. We gonna choose our hard. Let's see.
You said choose the hard.
Yeah,
like
it's just like, we just learning that it's all experience. Let me go on and invite some people on up here. That's normally how I get posts. I just get the clicking buttons. Come on. Somebody come up here. And some people, all right, you trying it again.
Thank you for trying.
Yes, come on.
Okay, I can hear you clearly.
Hello.
Hi, ladies.
Hello. How's it going?
How are you guys?
Good.
I'm good. How are you? Now,
I'm doing awesome sauce. No complaints. I just love the two of you guys. I can't wait. Now, every Tuesday, I'll be sitting here trying to come up with my content for the rest for tomorrow at my son's practice. And I swear, I'll be like, look, I can't stop. Look, I got to focus. But no, I'm listening to what they saying.
Thank you for coming. Y'all are both so beautiful. Let's just keep talking. Let's keep the energy going.
Thank you. I actually, Dr. Alicia, I love you and Dr. Watkins. I really do.
Yeah,
and Jazz, I'm telling you, I'm falling in love with you every time I listen to your lives. I swear every Tuesday, I'm just loving it because I love not only the energy, the information, and I love it when women can come together and have a mature conversation without the ignorance, where we can come to a solution to help one another. Yes. Because what it shows is that we're not all perfect by far. We have a whole lot of things that we are all working on. And it's so hard to be in a room, for me, it's so hard to be in a room with a bunch of women that play like they don't do things that they would do if they were in the situation to do it. But because you've never been in the situation to do it, it's easier for you to say and tell somebody else how they should and shouldn't do it. Yeah. And it's always hard to see that. So I love the fact that I can get into you guys' lives and listen to this and know that there are multiple women going through these same complications, but we're going to find a solution the best way that we can without all the headaches. Because I agree with you, Jazz, when you said that earlier. Look, it didn't work out. Yes, it hurt like hell, but, I still love you. Yeah. And I'm mature enough to know what I did in the situation that could have hurt. Yes. And know that, hopefully we're going to be all right. But right now it sucks going through this period, right?
Yes.
Hey, baby. You want your water? Here you go. I'm sorry, my son.
You better be a
water
mama.
break.
Don't you apologize. Don't
I'm telling you.
apologize.
He's my youngest. I'm a mother of 5. And
Girl, where?
Oh,
Girl, where? Where you
Yes.
from, at?
My oldest daughter. Thank you. My oldest daughter is 21.
Girl, you're kidding me.
Unbelievable.
Yes, I have.
Be lying to me. You know you ain't got no kid like that.
Yes, my oldest daughter is 21. I have an almost 18-year-old daughter in November. My oldest son is 14. My middle son is 12, and my youngest son, he's 9.
Girl, you don't look no older than 25.
Ain't God good? Ain't God good?
Girl, I got my glasses on and still can't see all that you said.
Look, you know what it is though? And this is no arrogance, this is nothing. When you love yourself, when you are in line with the Most High and you genuinely love people, despite the good and the bad in them, you don't hold on to mess.
Hey, Doctor.
When you can take care of yourself amongst.
Oh, is she
messing up?
Oh, Lynn
No,
is not.
Lynn. We
saw Miss Lynn.
I wish we could have heard her also.
I know. I wanted to hear. Oh my God. You gotta come back next week.
It's not giving right now, Miss Lynn, but we're here. We're standing in the gap.
Now, what's your name?
I go by Unlimited Faith on Instagram.
Unlimited.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I'm a wound care community nurse, and I utilize all my platforms to talk about diabetes in life and how the two relate, so I can help my people stay away from all these unwanted amputations.
Oh,
I love wounds. I literally have patients that I see every single day in my community to help with their wounds, because a lot of them don't have friends and family members to help them. So, you know, this is what I do. I love it. And I really wanted to get on my platforms, which I have 5. And I actively try to stay committed to posting every day. I used to go live every day, but then the more patients I took on, it was hard for me to do so. And I feel bad sometimes a lot, because I feel like I'm letting my community down, especially when I got a lot of people that text me and let me know, like, oh my God, you've been helping me, making me think twice about it. I just love what I do. I just love this part of my life. You know what I mean? And I think when we get to a point in our life where we just love ourselves and what we bring to the table, and not an arrogant way, you know what I mean? Because by far, I'm not like that. But I recognize what I'm put on this universe to do. And I love my people, and I love diabetes. I love my womb babies. I love my diabetics. I love all my babies. So as much as I can share this information to help my people, you know, prevent all these unnecessary problems, because it causes so much headache in our personal lives. I actually, Dr. Alicia, I really wanted to interview you and bring you onto my platform and talk to you, but I have been trying to get the nerve from week to week to just message you.
Yeah, you should hit me up.
I see so much of relationships fail and have hardship due to lack of communication, but it's because of what the other person is dealing with their health. They don't know how to present it to their partners, and they're more comfortable speaking to me as their nurse than their partner that they spent all this time with. Yeah. And I've had some partners where this is the funniest to me. They're like 30, 20 plus years, and they just cursing at each other in front of me. I said, well, you know, that's love, girl, because they don't care who around. They're going to talk to. I'm still talking to you the same way. I don't care who in this house, but I don't take no offense to it, because I don't get it between people's personal lives. You know what I mean? And I just love to see.
You gotta be back there, kind of like.
No, I never do. You know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. No, Dr. Alicia, because I want to learn from you. If that makes any sense. Not that you guys talk to each other in a negative way, or, you know, because people have their way that they communicate. That's not for me, you know. But the fact that you guys can hold it in there for as long as you can for all those years and still be together, I want to learn from you. And I don't take anything. And I promise you, I look at every opportunity as a blessing for me to learn. Like how you were just saying, not to look at failed relationships, quote unquote, as a failed relationship I shouldn't have, but to more so internalize it as this was meant to happen. I agree with you now that you said that, even though sometimes it is hard to look back on it and feel that way. However, I do agree with you. I think that's a great way to help you move on and get over it. But that's how I feel when I'm around couples. I want to learn, because I'm going to be honest with you. I ain't going to be able to do it in some situations.
Yep, this is like, you done wore me down. I can't
I'm
take
serious.
this no more.
I'm serious.
Yeah.
I am a patient person. I can hang in there. I can do a whole lot. But once we start getting to the point where it just gets like we're too old for this, you know, we should know how to make better decisions at a certain age. That's just how I feel. I think that's where my problem comes into play with relationships, because I can look past a whole lot of stuff and I could work with you on a whole, but when it gets to a point, because I just feel like this, Dr. Alicia Jazz, I feel like this. I feel like everybody knows better. You can't keep telling me that you made a mistake. What does that mean? I get it on the first, you know what I'm saying? The first time I get that. But 2 mistakes, 3 mistakes, like how many more mistakes? You gonna keep telling me you making mistakes year after year for the rest of my life? And I'm unfortunately keep believing that, because I love you so much and I want to believe that you just keep making all these mistakes. No, I can't say I can't. I salute the women that can do that.
Yeah, I love what you're saying. By the way, I do think, because you love what you're doing with wounds, you probably do, is it wet to dry or something like that? I don't know. I used to work in a hospital. I used to set up wound care people when I discharged them, because I was a hospital social worker. Yeah, because I love their wounded.
Me too. I love the skin.
Yeah.
I love the skin.
And I bet your patients, I bet they all heal faster because you're the one there.
Praise
God. Love into that wound.
Praise God. Praise God. Yeah, you're right. I get a lot of doctors and surgeons that want to talk to me, you know, because they'll tell them, like, you have, you know, we need to have more surgeons. And I tell them, no, hold off. Tell them you want to hold off. You know, like I said, I don't take no arrogance or nothing. I pray. I promise you, everything I do is about the Most High. Before I touch people, I pray. Before I cook, I pray. Before I talk to somebody, I got to think for a minute so I can say the right words, because I never want to leave a bad taste in anybody's mouth. And, you know, it takes a lot to get under my skin and get me to go off on you. So if I have went off on you, really piss me off, because for the most part, I'm just not like that. You know what I mean? But I love what I do, and it's just an opportunity for me to learn more and absorb and just keep helping people, because there's so many of our family members that are suffering with these wounds and we don't know what to do, and we have these amputations that could have been saved.
Oh yes, and I'm gonna tell you, I do the same thing. Before I meet with my clients, I just pray. I'm just like, let me speak.
Right.
Let all the words that come out of my mouth, let it be the words that they need to hear.
Right.
I really do. I put myself into that space. It takes a lot out of me.
Yeah, it does.
But it does, right? You're tired, but not tired like I've been working all day, but tired like it just you know what I'm talking about? Like,
yes. You have to really, you have to fill up yourself with all the energy and the love that you have, because I have to disperse it amongst 50-something people every week. Yeah. If not more, because sometimes if I have free time, I tell my offices, just give me more people if they need, you know, visits covered. Or if they had a wound, you know, that a nurse couldn't, I'll be like, okay, let me go in. So I agree with you. That's why I love people that can be in certain service jobs, because I don't think the community realize it takes a lot for people to do that. And no
one is going to appreciate what you do fully until they have to be in a position where they need somebody to change their bandages and change everything. And you never, and I really hope most of us don't ever get to that point.
Right.
But those who do, they know. They're like, wow, I really needed this. Because what happens is that if they don't get that good care post discharge, they're going to be back in that hospital.
Right.
And things can just be worse for no reason at all. It's all preventable.
Thank you. And you know, it's funny because not literally funny, but when I go out to patients' homes and I could just feel that energy, I'll put on some gospel music. I ain't playing no games. We got to get them things up out of here, okay?
Yep.
I feel it you ain't even got to say nothing. Let me turn on my gospel music and let's go on, and I just start, you know, doing what I do. because I feel it needs to be done in this room. And I told a patient today, a new patient of mine, I see him every day, young guy. I said, well, I haven't seen you smile, and I see you every day. It's been a week now. I ain't seen you smile not one time. He said, because I just don't smile. I said, that's a lie from the pit of hell. We're going to get a smile on your face.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yep.
And I go on and I put some music on there, and I'm going to continue to do so every single day that I see him in the mornings, because I feel like it needs to be uplifted. And I think that we could save our relationship. That's why I love listening to you, Jazz, because we can save our relationships if we knew what to do. It's all about communication. But a lot of us are so afraid to do that, or we listen to the wrong people. We take all this poor advice, or we stuck in our ego, or we don't want to look bad, or we worried about all the unnecessary things. And really, the reality is what your reality is right now, and you have to learn how to deal with what you have right now and not focus on everybody else. Because I always tell my patients, look, I'm going to go home to my house, and you going to be at here in yours. At the end of the day, I need you to do what's best for you. Because I can gas you up and give you the love and do everything. But once I'm gone, you still got to keep yourself in that high spirit once I walk out the doors. Because you better believe whatever problems you have, it's going to come right back once I leave.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's good.
That is beautiful. Unlimited. Girl, you unlimited.
Girl, ain't she? She over here, she
living
preaching to me. Girl, you
I
need to come back every Tuesday and come up here and talk your talk.
I am going to be back every Tuesday. As long as y'all, look, if you allow me, and I tell my community, I'm going to have to tell them, I'm sorry, y'all. I ain't get to do no content. But y'all can definitely join the live and listen in, because I tried to join last week, Jess, but when you I seen that you requested for me to come in, my phone got stuck and I had to get out and come back in, and you already had 2 people up. So I said, you know what? There one time, that's all right. That's all right.
Oh, today was the day. Today was the time. It was all in divine order. That's
look,
right.
And that's how I look at it. And that's why I loved when you said that before. It is in divine order. And I'm so glad you said that, just for my own personal reasons. Just my own personal reasons. That helped me put something into place for myself. Because I was getting ready to beat myself up for a minute, even though I knew in the back of my mind I'm making the right decision.
Yeah, that's good.
Whatever comes out of that decision, I know I'm making the right decision. But when you said that, I said, you know what? That was confirmation right there.
Yep.
That's good. That's good.
Most definitely.
Can I ask you, do you have a soft life? What's your definition of soft life?
See, I missed what you guys were saying about that. I always tell people I look young, but I don't know nothing about the new lingo. Okay, I don't know what that is.
What's killing me, y'all. Like, she got a 21-year-old. I had to take my glasses off because these don't work. They're broken. They're broken. I swear you look no older than 25.
I always get that.
Fruit on you.
I always get that. And I have to
coming in here.
I always get that, and I say praise God, but I don't be wanting to look like my sibling. I mean, my children's siblings.
You do. You probably do.
Yes, I do. And everybody always say, I thought you were that. Somebody tried to talk to my oldest daughter. I said, hold on, I'm her mother. He said, oh, ma'am, I'm so sorry. I said, it just didn't feel right. I know she grown, but I'm not ready for all of that.
Nope. You ain't ready.
So here's the soft life conversation. Like, you do womb care, you're a mother of 5, I don't know your like love life situation, but how do you indulge on the very essence of pouring back into you? Because you serve as a job, you serve as a mother. You probably serve without serving and without intentionally serving. You just be serving. You came up here and served us. So it's just like, how do you serve yourself? And that's kind of what I equate to soft life, is being able to serve yourself.
At almost 40, I'm just learning how to do that.
Girl, you're not. Dr. Lee, she over here playing with us.
Almost 40.
Seriously.
You're just learning? Okay, so you're just learning.
All because I've always felt like it was selfish for me to put back into me. It was selfish for me to buy myself something when my children are growing faster than I am. I'm done growing.
Yeah.
I have these bills. I have, and for me, I'm not I don't care about fancy stuff, name brand stuff. I've always wanted for my children to have the best education, for us to live in at least a decent neighborhood, you know. And I'm not someone that keep up with the Jones or trying to buy the, you know. So I've always put myself on the back end. But I'm learning now that I've gotten older. That's why I get tired sometimes. Because a lot of times we're drained because we feel like we don't have nobody pouring back into us. And this is where women be like, I need a relationship. I need love. I feel so depressed. And I've learned, no. I need me right now. I need to love myself. Because as much as that feel good, that body laying next to me may feel good, right? Just because it's a body, right? That don't mean that that's the best thing, because we can all have a body. You can get some penis and some vagina before you can get something to eat. I want the right person. I'm sorry, y'all. Maybe, you know, if I'm talking.
Girl, no, this is the grown. We grown up, so
okay.
We know about some penis and vagina. We do.
Right. So, you know, I've learned now what's important for me. I love reupholstering furniture. I love to sing. I love to go hike, and I love to take walks. I love to do my vegetables and my fruits. I love a clean house. I love to cook. Those small things right there mean so much more to me than me trying to make sure I have a man laying next to me that don't treat me like how I really want to be treated. Lord. And I get that nobody's perfect, and we all have our, you know, ups and downs, because he's going through something just like I'm going through something, and we're both trying to figure it out together. But I can never receive him as he come if I can't receive myself how I am.
Yeah.
And right now,
I agree with that.
That's so more important than anything else, because I have to stay mentally, physically, and emotionally, more than anything, capable, stable for my children. I never wanted for my children to see me in a relationship where a man don't love me or love us. Wow. I don't never want my children, not that we're not going to have problems and we're not going to have ups and downs, but to be depressed behind a man is what I'm saying. But to not want to eat behind a man, not want to get out of bed behind a man, not want to, you know, no, my daughters see that. My sons see that. That love, that physical body cannot mean more than me pouring back into myself. And not that I'm waiting to give myself the love that I desire. And if a man comes around and he sees that and he can appreciate that and know how to handle and deal, let me tell you something. Like how they say, this is where I'm at now. Yeah. And I'm not here to brag. I work very hard. So everything that I have for me and my children, I've learned to appreciate that, because I've dated men that tried to make me feel bad for the fact that, and that's why I loved what you said last week, Jazz. You said something to the extent of, why can't we just do this together? Why can't, like, why does it, you know? And that's why I was trying to charm in, because it was like, I understand that you don't have what I have right now. I'm not judging you based off of that, but don't try to make me feel bad, because I want that. When we can really get it together, but I can't carry you, me, us, the kids, and think about your needs. Like, we got to come to some type of common ground, and I need to be able to see that you can at least do your part. I get that. I felt that so much, and that's where I want to chime in on. It's never been, you don't have as much money as I have. I'm not one of those type of women, because I feel like this. You can have it all today and you can have it all tomorrow and lose it all tomorrow. The Most High could be like, I'm ready for, look, let's challenge your faith. Take it away. What you gonna do? I'm not gonna leave my man because he ain't got no money now, or he got I'm not gonna do that. But I do not want to be with someone that is comparing what we have. I can't deal with that nonsense.
Yeah. Whew. And then it's competitive. When really we should be working together. Yeah.
We should be working together. Yep. I don't want to feel bad or feel like I have to dumb down my intelligence, because I care about my life that much and our lives for us to get to the next level. I can honestly say I am really one of those women that can get out and do it and still come home and do it without a skip of a beat.
Yes, baby. You better talk your talk.
And I am.
Big stepper.
I ain't playing no games. I ain't play. You know what? That's what's wrong with us, and even the men that are doing it. Not just the women. We don't give ourselves enough credit.
Yeah.
And that's why we feel how we feel. And I could say that because I see this in the community every day working with patients. Give yourself the credit that you deserve, because you waiting all your life for the right person to come along. It ain't no right person.
Yeah.
We meet at this moment. We make it work at this moment. It either worked or it didn't, but we both put in everything that we could to make this happen together.
That's good. That's good. You saying something. And I think, like, I really love basically saying, like, it's an experience.
Right.
Every experience is not a lifetime experience. Sometimes you got a short series. Sometimes it's just a mini YouTube show. Sometimes it's just a one-hit wonder, like Today's Mixtape. It ain't always gonna work out, but I bet you walk away different. I bet you healed this time. You took some more things. Like you learned something. It wasn't all bad.
Right. Oh no.
It wasn't all bad. It wasn't all good, but it's something that can be experienced.
Right. And like I tell my patients, it probably sucks going through it.
Yeah.
It probably sucks, especially when you have to come to the realization that you had to let it go.
Yeah.
You know, it sucks, especially when you see yourself being with someone for so long. But I finally have gotten to the point where, you know what, I don't know it all. I'm okay with learning. But one thing I do know at this point in my life, the love that I was waiting for someone else, I really have to give myself that love and enjoy giving myself that love and be okay with it. And understand that I didn't miss out on anything that I thought. And just because a break is a break don't mean it ain't going to come back. I mean, however we internalize this thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm gonna feed myself right. I'm gonna feed myself with what I need to feed myself right now at this moment, so I can keep it pushing, because I got children, I have patients that need me, I have myself that need me, and I can't go into people's houses depressed. What's that about?
Yeah.
They don't be like, damn, you supposed to be my nurse, girl. I gotta nurse you.
Yeah. And anything that depletes you, you can feel when you get depleted.
Right.
Like, you're not adding value. Why does it hurt me so much to help you? This is sucking the life out of me. I can't do it. Have a boundary.
Right.
And then that is showing yourself love, because you don't have to, like, I do think, and you know, we can, Dr. Alicia, y'all can give me your take on it. If you're somebody that's saying you like me or you want to be with me, or like you're a man and we're trying to romance, but I gotta do so much just for you to be okay with you being with me.
Right.
You are a fan. You are a fan. You are not somebody that can be right next to me, that can hold it down. I'm looking for that king, baby. I ain't looking for like the little prince. We gonna have one of them. And we want something strong, you know?
So I'm wondering, are you saying that people are demanding things from you and you're giving them what they ask for and it's not good enough? They're not reciprocating. It's a one-sided situation. Like, what are you saying?
Yes, I won't say in this season, because I done got real good at myself, my soft life. But there have been times where I know a man has come and he's shown himself approved. I mean, he gave me his 5-year plan. He know exactly who he is. And then after a certain amount, it's just like, now I'm just trying to get back to where you came and showed up at. It's almost like maybe you had to put on a certain face to be here, but now you done got tired because it wasn't really your true self. So you wind up, oh, well, let me coach, let me love, maybe you're just down right now. And it was never that person. Maybe they studied.
Oh, so they weren't being transparent.
Because I come to the table, I put my business out there. A man can look at my stuff, he be like, oh yeah, you said that on episode 2, minute 9. You know, like, I'm coming to the table transparent. So it's like, and again, this is not right now. This is literally just the past, where you know that you've depleted yourself, your energy, giving to someone that literally is not putting the effort. And it was this TikTok, and I love me some TikTok, y'all. Follow me if you on here, go to TikTok. It said that you can't teach effort.
You can't teach
Teach
what?
what?
You can't teach
Effort?
effort.
No, because effort has to be inspired, I guess. I don't know. Effort has to be encouraged, because I hear a lot of men speak, and I've listened to a lot of men say, I was full in with this lady and all she did was nag me. And so I'm just like, forget it. You know, it was always something wrong. This is what I hear men say.
Yeah.
It's always something wrong. And she just nagged me every time. I don't know what she want from me. What she wants. She just said this to me. And I'm not even moved to even put in the effort. I've heard a lot of men say that.
But you just said something that was key. They said, I don't know what she wants. That means you didn't listen the first time, because 9 out of 10
of course
times,
not.
yeah, if you listened that first time, she wouldn't have had to keep repeating herself where it felt like she was nagging.
Well, the thing is that nagging is really when a man feels like he's with somebody that's criticizing them. So I think, like, especially when I talk with couples, it's just like, okay, if you do that, you're going to come across as nagging and you're going to turn them off. And so you need to phrase what you're saying into a request. So just ask, tell them what you want. You know, instead of nagging, your shoes are all over the place. You know, you don't move your shoes. You so sloppy.
Right.
You so late. You know, you just say, you know, I think it's so important for us to have this walkway to be cleared out of the way. I really need your help clearing this walkway. Let's be mindful. Let's be mindful of making sure we clear the walkway.
That's good.
That's not nagging.
Right.
That's just a nice way of being
really
gentle.
Right.
And just asking for the request, because, you know, I think some of us as women, and, you know, all of us have this sort of thing. We just complain. Not really complain, but more, we can come across as critical. And then men, they get real defensive.
Very.
I hate defensiveness. It bothers me.
Very.
But it's all, the defensive is triggered when they feel criticized.
Yeah, I'm learning. It's really hard to it's not hard. I'll take that back. It's not hard. I guess you just have to find a good way to communicate.
Yeah.
That's definitely a better way to say it.
Yes.
It always goes back to communication.
Right. Right. You have to find the best way to communicate. And another thing too, listening to a lot of, you know, different therapists. And some men, you know, when I turn on my TikTok and see, you know, what comes up on your feed real quick when you go to home until you keep scrolling, it's always, like you said, the way it was put, the way it was said.
It's the way you say things and how you say them. Like, sometimes it's just not a good time. You got to kind of, before you complain about the shoes and needing the walkway cleared, you really got to say, you got to ask permission in a sense. You got to say, look, I want to talk to you about something. Is now a good time, or can we talk about it later?
That's so
ask them. Don't just bust in with your shoes are everywhere. You know, just say, is it okay if I talk to you about, oh, you're busy? Okay, you're in the middle of something. I totally understand. Let me know when you're ready. Let me know when you're available. And then, you know, they'll come around and say, okay, now's a good time. What's on your mind? Okay, well, there's something that I've noticed for a while. And, you know, so you enter the conversation softly. Soft life. That's how you live the soft life. You got to talk softly too.
Now, see, I had someone. I'm sorry. What were you saying? I was going to piggyback off you said, but I can wait.
Yeah, go ahead.
I had someone that told me, Dr. Alicia, because I'm one of those type of people where I pick and choose my battles. I don't feel like everything needs to be an argument or talked about. And what I would do is I would wait sometimes, depending on what it was, to see if I still am angry about it later. Then I know I need to say something. But if it just moved me for that moment, it could be an ego thing. So let me just check my ego for a minute, or, you know, let me wait to see if I still feel upset about it later. I had someone tell me that was childish. And I said, what? I didn't think so at all. That helped diffuse problems.
Oh, because maybe they were saying because you weren't communicating things that you saw that you weren't comfortable with. They thought maybe you were, what can happen if you're not able to calibrate that is that you can build up resentment.
That's good.
Because things aren't talked about that should have been talked about. But I think we can just trust each other that you know what to do. I tend to just believe people when they say there's some things I don't really care. It kind of bothers me a little bit. I don't really care very much. I just accept you. And then the major things that really bother me, I'm going to say something to you. I think that's fine. I think that's okay.
I thought so too. We're not walking around angry, and if it's not that big of a deal, it could be I'm in my little ego for a minute, or no, I really didn't like that, so I feel like I need to say something. But their thing is, if that's how you feel, just get it off and say what you say, But I just feel like sometimes it's not the best time to speak. You know what I mean?
I wonder if they picked up on something. If they were like, something's going on and you ain't telling me, what is it? Like I'm real sensitive. People around me, something's going on. I said, what is it? Let it out. Come on out with it. And they don't want to tell me. Then I start to go like, why aren't you saying anything? I know it's something wrong because your behavior is different. So maybe they're picking up on something.
It could have been something.
Yeah.
I have
a reason why.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Is trust given or is it earned?
It's both. It's definitely strengthened. I mean, think about it. When you meet someone new or you're dating someone new, and they're coming across as authentic and they're coming across as transparent, you can trust them to a certain extent. And of course, that trust needs to be built. You can't. You have to build on it, and then trust violations are just awful. It's really terrible to overcome those. A lot of the people I see, a lot of my clients I see in my office, usually it's a trust violation of some form or fashion. Somebody let another person down, and they knew that that's okay. I know this person's going to come through for me. I know this person's going to be doing what's the best interest of our relationship, whether I'm there or whether I'm not around. When I'm not around, they're still going to be operating in a way that benefits the relationship. And then when you find out they're not doing that, I mean, that's a big trust violation. Money, external relationships, money, money for sure. Those are all very painful things. And just don't do it because it ain't worth it. It takes a lot of time, effort, energy to tease through all of that hurt. It comes from trust violations. It's terrible.
That was a good question, actually.
That was a good question.
Because a lot of times we do just give it without a person earning it, and then be pissed off later on down the line, because we'd be like, I did just give myself or throw myself into the situation. I was very vulnerable because it felt right, and it felt great. I had a gentleman tell me that not too long ago. I don't know why I'm just saying this stuff to you. It's very comfortable just speaking to you. And I was just saying to myself in my head without verbally saying it to him, I'm so tired of hearing these lies.
I'm limited. No, you didn't. But
I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I ain't lying to y'all. I'm not talking. Look, I'm not lying to y'all. I promise y'all that's what I was thinking to myself in my head, and I felt so bad for not giving this man an opportunity because it was like he could be, or he could be full of shit.
He could have been telling the truth. There's no reason. Was there any evidence? Was there any evidence?
No, I just met the man, but I hear this with a whole lot of people that I talk to. He could most definitely. How he was lying?
You gotta give him the benefit of the doubt.
No.
Well, how did you feel he was lying?
No, I could totally say that's past experiences making me feel like that. Now I could be very honest with y'all. Okay.
Okay. So you're bringing your history into the. How could you not? Listen, we all got baggage. This is the compassion channel right here. We gotta be compassionate, and compassion starts with yourself. So be compassionate to yourself. We all have our baggage, and it's okay.
It is, which is why I'm able to detect lies. I'm sorry.
So you just know when it's happening. Okay.
Well,
You know, I really
could be.
no, I really don't know. I'm just joking with y'all. He did say that to me though, but it just, I know for a fact that came from just personal experience because I just met the man. But you know, it takes me back to what you said, Jazz, about you act this way now and then later on down the line you got to, you know, I don't know, that's what it made me think of.
Well, my friend Goose, he said a lot of men never been to therapy before, so somebody actively listening to them may very well be a novel thing.
Oh yeah, so maybe there's something about you, Unlimited, you pulled that out of him.
I hear that a lot from a lot of people, and I agree with you.
Well, there we go.
Yeah, I hear a lot of people, just random people that'll stop and talk to me and tell me. I totally agree with you. Yeah.
Maybe you're saying, I'm tired of being your therapy. Maybe
high five through the phone.
It's just like, this is a part of my gift. You venting, you opening up, you sharing, me listening. This is a part of my gift. Welcome here. It's a safe place. Now, are you going to now take this as an experience that both of us can go on where we're vulnerable and you're vulnerable and we build our kingdom together, and you don't feel or trust that energy back? You're just like, you're using me right now and I feel it. And yes, you're able to open up.
Jazz, I think men.
I mean,
this is what I'm gonna talk.
Right,
I don't want to talk for men, but I do speak to a lot of men, and I think what's happening is that we have, like, for me, if I have an issue, I can call my cousin Jess. I have a cousin Jess. She's in here. I think she's still in here listening. I can call her and be like, "Girl, let me tell you what happened. Oh my Lord, what do I do?" And I can get good advice from her. I can call my other friends. I can call my mama. I can call all these people and get good emotional support, and they can be my therapy. But men do not talk to each other this way. They don't have anybody that they can vent to about things and be vulnerable and talk about their feelings and talk about all that stuff. So men don't necessarily, and this needs to change, by the way, but that's the lay of the land. And so I think we should be a little more understanding when men actually do open up to you, because they don't have anybody else to open up to.
So I got a TikTok video.
I think it's good.
She said she got a TikTok video.
And I'm going to find it right now, because there is a video that I just saved literally today, and it's called "Heterosexual Male Culture is Homoerotic." I am about to play it for you. I was gonna wait for next week, but you just brought it up.
No, we're doing it this week. Okay.
Men are emotionally attracted to other men, but sexually attracted to women.
To say that straight men are heterosexual is only to say that they engage in sex. All or almost all of that which pertains to love, most straight men reserve exclusively for other men. The people whom they admire, respect, adore, revere, honor, whom they imitate, idolize, and form profound attachments to, whom they are willing to teach, and from whom they are willing to learn, and whose respect, admiration, recognition, honor, reverence, and love they desire, those are overwhelmingly other men. In their relations with women, what passes for respect is kindness, generosity, or paternalism. What passes for honor is removal to the pedestal. From women, they want devotion, service, and sex. Heterosexual male culture is homoerotic.
Okay, so
no, that is I think that's a problem. That is a problem. That sort of thinking, from what I heard, is problematic.
Do you know how many
I think men, that's ridiculous. You know what? That's just because, listen, Kevin Samuels had a bunch of likes, and he was dead wrong with half of his likes. So let's not get into this.
Okay, 762,000.
That's unbelievable. This is why this is problematic.
It's problematic, but basically, like, let's say that man found her as a friend, and he was able to be vulnerable with her, And then, you know, you're saying, and y'all are saying, hey, most men don't go to therapy and they found someone to listen. But then there's another group of men that are like, well, we go to women for sex and then we go to men to heal. So there's like two different audiences here. And again, I could be completely wrong. I'm just bringing the data. That's my job. Bring data and then we unpack it to find a solution.
I think it's scary is what it is.
Yeah, it's very scary. And I mean, men can honor and respect another man and not have it be any way romantic. You know,
but I'm not saying it's romantic. I don't think he's saying it's romantic. But
what did he say? He said homoerotic. I heard that.
I technically don't know what homoerotic really means. I don't think it means homosexual. I don't really get it. That part. We can unpack that whole video next week. I feel like we found a good starting point.
Let me think about that one.
Yeah, but I think it's like we may not give some men some credit that they actually do have because they playing video games, and I do think that they're playing video games and they're talking about something. That something is being triggered, and you know, it's almost like, am I always gonna be the homegirl that you get to vent to? Am I gonna elevate from just your listening buddy to the woman of your dreams? You know, and it's like a hard balance, right? Because you can be the homegirl for so long, but when he go and find, once he healed, he'll go find another woman, but you helped in his healing process.
So wait, so are you saying that men can't be trusted in that way? That you can be there for a man?
You can.
And that all they're gonna do, in your view, all they're gonna do is see you and then use you up and throw you away. Are you encountering men like
no,
this?
I won't say they're gonna use me up. I'm just saying when you have
just use you as a listening ear, and then they don't want nothing else from you, just a listening ear.
No,
because that's not what this guy is saying. Okay.
Well, I mean, from your example, I'm just on this particular example. She, based off what she said, she did not trust that this was a place where she felt he was lying, obviously from the past, but also her feelings are absolutely.
Oh, you mean unlimited?
Yeah, it's unlimited. So it's just like her feelings were valid. I'm not gonna say that she didn't feel like he was lying. Your feelings were valid, but it's also like there had to be some inconsistency that she felt in him, in that conversation, in that moment, to where it's just like, you're saying that, but I don't really feel it.
But it had nothing to do with him. I gotta clear that up.
Yeah.
Because I had just met him.
Yeah.
It had nothing to do with him. I had just met him and was very hesitant on calling him for whatever reason, right?
Yeah.
And I had someone tell me, well, just try and see. You know how you be like, well, I just get this feeling, and we'll be like, damn, we should have paid attention to it. So I had that feeling like, I don't want to call the man for what, you know? And I finally did so. And then in the midst of the conversation, as he's speaking, you know, he went on to say all of that. And in my mind, I knew off the bat, though, that feeling came from past experience that made me feel like, because I didn't even know him enough to, you know, to have any validation for that. But it also goes back into what you said too, Jazz, is because I was thinking also, that's not what I want. If I could, like, I've never been selfish. I am at the point in my life where I want to worry about me this time, and not in a bad way. Don't get me wrong. I want you to listen to me, because I'm not someone that takes away what somebody else needs, what they feel, none of that. But I realize that in every relationship, what I've done, I've always put myself last. Right now, I don't want to put myself last.
Yeah.
And that doesn't mean I don't want to listen to you. I don't want to cater to you. I'm so submissive. I love my men. Don't get me, you know what I'm saying? I'm so ready for that. I want that. I don't deny that. I look for that. I'm ready for that. I don't want to be one of them women that's like one of those type of women that are, independence. And no, I don't go with that game.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. You know what I'm wondering though? I'm wondering if your initial attraction to him, and, you know, I don't know where that relationship went, but, you know, I really like the fact that you were able to identify that it had nothing to do with him because there was no evidence that he was
Right.
lying. I mean, if there's no evidence, you can't just be like, this man is lying, I don't want to talk to him no more. That's not fair. You're not giving
Right.
it a
It's not.
chance. But I think with the beauty of that potential relationship was that he represented the perfect opportunity for you to work through your own stuff.
Right.
And I don't know where it went, but it would have been interesting for you to have kept pursuing this, because maybe this is the relationship you needed so that you can work through whatever went on with you, the history that you were bringing into this relationship. Maybe that was in some way for you to resolve that in yourself.
And I'm glad that you said that, because I feel like I need to resolve stuff by myself being single.
You can't resolve it by yourself. And I think that's the thing. Listen, there are only people, stop, Jasmine, don't do.
Because Dr. Alicia get in your business, and I just be like,
I do be getting in people's business. Okay. There's only two reasons that I think, there are only two scenarios where I think someone should pause in terms of dating. The first reason is if you have an addiction. So if you have a drinking addiction, drug, alcohol addiction, if you have any sort of compulse to behave in a way that is just not good for your body and for anyone else around you, dangerous for people around you, if you're suffering with addiction, I really don't think you're in a place for a relationship, generally speaking. So there are some caveats to that. Okay, the second reason is if you have a severe mental health issue and it's untreated. Okay, so if you have like hearing voices, seeing things that aren't there, if it's all these different severe mental health issues that you have not gotten in control, you need to get that in control before you have a serious relationship. If you aren't interested in facing your addictions head on, if you're not at all interested in getting in control of your mental health, I think you should be single. Just be alone somewhere, because you owe it to the people you're in a relationship with, especially your family. You owe it to your family, your spouse, your children, to show up for them in a way that they need you to be there for them. There's no reason why you should be in a relationship with someone if you can't get those two things together. All of that aside, I'm not saying don't go into therapy, because who am I? I'm definitely not the person to say that. But of all those things aside, if you have your mental health together and you're not suffering addictions, why not get into a relationship? To help you work out your problems.
I believe I agree with you to a certain degree. I used to feel that way, but I'm so passionate. I'm so patient. I'm so understanding. I'm so caring. I'm so loving. I have to give that to me first.
Okay, that doesn't stop you from being in a relationship.
It doesn't, but it also has put me in positions where I put what I needed to go. I just put me on the back burner.
Well,
I can't really describe it. I'm just at that point. I really don't want to. I don't want to be the Build-A-Bear. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't. I can't do that.
I mean, you know this about
Does this sound bad?
No, it sounds perfectly fine. What I'm saying is that you know this about yourself, but you can practice being assertive, because you definitely don't want to be real passive. Okay, you can practice being assertive. It can be, hey, unlimited, I'd like for you to go out of town. No. Hey, unlimited, I need to borrow your car. You my girl, I need to borrow your car for a second. Mine broke down. I need to borrow your car for the night. One thing you can say is, man, I'm I know that I know that you need to borrow my car and it's normally okay, but I have to pick up my son from school or from his activity. And so I can't do it today. But you know what I could do? You could use my car tomorrow at a time around 5 o'clock because I don't need it at that time. That's being assertive. That's saying I have needs too. I'm going to acknowledge that you have needs. I have needs too. There's certain commitments I need to have with my children. So I'm going to make sure I have my commitments together with my kids. I want to also acknowledge your need to borrow my car for a second. That's fine. You can borrow my car. There's no problem. But you can't do it today. I need more time to plan and rearrange my schedule, but tomorrow will be a better day. I'm just using this as an example because that's being assertive. That's where you're putting the needs of that other person and yourself is very important, and talking to someone with respect. So, I mean, I think that you can flesh all of that out in a relationship for sure.
That's good.
I agree.
Yeah.
That's a
girl, get on out there. Crowd. You got it.
Yeah, I'm very ready to date. I'm not gonna lie and say that I'm not. I'm very ready to date. I'm very ready to date and date myself, if that makes any sense.
Yes, you can do both of that. And I think the cool part about it is that nothing is more attractive to a man than a woman who is feeling good about themselves and loving themselves.
Yeah,
that's what makes
I've always felt good about myself. I've always loved myself, but I feel like I want to do it more than I've ever wanted to do it in any point in time in my life.
Girl, yes, you ready? Go on out there.
Yeah, I'm very ready.
What if it is selfish of you to also get both needs met by practicing, based off what Dr. Alicia said, practicing giving what you need while also learning to compromise with another person, because no matter what, even if you do get with that person, your needs will never stop, but it'll help you to practice. Like, she talking to me too, because I've never heard of that philosophy in the church or in the dating streets. You're always told, just go focus on yourself. Right? Like that's the highest thing you can do to stay single. Go over there in the corner and rock back and forth. And hopefully that will heal you. Right. And Dr. Alicia is like, no, you have to go and practice. If nothing is wrong with you mentally, and if you don't have an addiction, dive back in so you can practice. And like I said, I just hope that the person is practicable with.
Because I feel like I practice every day.
Good, and you're definitely ready.
I am. I feel like even though it's not, that type of relationship, I give love every day.
Oh, this girl, you got so much love to give. You got to give. Come on.
I got to give it to myself, though, right now.
Yeah.
What does that look like practically? Does that look like one day out the week? You turn the phone off, you soft life it up, and you like, this is my day. And all the other days, it's like, hey, this is our date day, and we rotate. You plan it, I plan it. And then all the other things is addressing, these are the things that I need. Like, for me in this season, if a man think he like me, I say, hey, this is what I can give. This is what I can't give. And this is where I'm at. Let me know how we can compromise.
Compromise, that's the big C. That is the best thing you can do. I love a good compromise because it's a win-win situation. You meet with someone and you have opposing thoughts, and you get to you get to a common ground, and it's beautiful, and it's all done by listening and having empathy. What you laughing? You cracking me up, Jeff.
She is cracking up.
Because this stuff, man, it's a beautiful, because Dr. Alicia, she always encourages us to dive back into the uncomfortable waters. She's like, getting out the game isn't going to solve it, dear woman.
Yes.
Get back in the game. And it's just like, ooh.
Come on into the love boat. The water is comfortable over here. Come on over.
Oh Lord, Dr. Alicia, like everybody get a man. You get a man, you get a man,
You get a man,
You get a
right?
man. You get a man. Everybody get a man. Yep.
Where they at? Where are they
And there's
at?
an abundance. That's it. There's an abundance. There ain't no limits. Unlimited. There's an unlimited choice of men.
I'm telling you.
You know, Dr. Alicia has a dating
I want to go, but you guys are always, you know.
Is there a virtual thing that we can
Thank
put
you.
on for the
Thank you.
for
That's
speed
exactly.
dating? Look, this man, the goo, said we're here. I think it's quite
Right.
It's the men be all
Let me
over.
see. I do believe. Okay, let me not, because I should know this. I'm gonna be in trouble in the house if I don't know this. All black. Oh, I don't even have to. All black. Oh, National Convention. Okay.
You want a water break?
No.
What's wrong?
I need water. My leg hurts. My back hurts. It's kind of broken.
It is not broken.
No, it hurts.
You just ready to go.
No.
You okay?
No.
What you do? Did you fall?
I fell. And that last time when me and Sharon fighting, my back.
I'm sorry, y'all. This is my youngest.
Oh,
My back started to cramp a little.
Okay. You want mommy to rub it when we get home?
there is. You can buy online tickets, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Listen,
Let me see.
me and you,
Because I hear you guys speak about it.
We gonna go. That's where the men gonna be, girl. We gonna go. That's where the men gonna be. And they let's see. King Simon Production says be in self-fullness. I love that word, self-fullness. Not selfish, self-fullness, and pour from your overflow. And if you feel that you was getting defeated, hey baby, I need some hours to go and pour into me so I can give from my abundance and not in my lack. I want to give from my abundance, baby. And in order to give from my abundance, I need this house clean. I need this, and this, so I can give from my abundance. Let's compromise for this abundance overflow.
Go. You little booger.
Y'all are so funny. This is a cool little landing page. I haven't been here for a while, so they changed it. Okay, so this is good. You can get your tickets. You can get your hotel room. It is general admission, President Circle. You can be a vendor. Yeah. I'm going to be a vendor. I got to sign up to be a vendor. I'm going to have a booth.
My weekend opened up, so I'm going to go. I got time to.
What do you mean your weekend opened? Are you coming to the convention?
Girl, I'm going to come. I'm going to find my way there, girl.
When is it?
Get building so with my selffulness.
The All Black National Convention is October 28th through the 30th in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Yeah, I could find my way there.
This is going to be it's going to be great. It would be really wonderful. There's a children's track. They got all these activities for kids and great speakers. This is really awesome. I'm like looking at the landing page. It's really nice. So allblacknationalconvention.com, and it'll take you. And we keep this conversation going. I am doing something on trauma, Jazz.
You are?
This guy's, trauma.
So good.
Girl, I don't know what I can do on trauma in a short amount of time, but I'll be talking about trauma, and I'll be talking about healing. King Simon's going to come. I hope he comes.
Is King Simon the one you told us to follow because he does number readings?
Yes, number readings.
Okay, I'm going to have to go ahead and
get your reading done.
King Simon, there we go.
Yeah, you got to follow him. And so we're having the ball, the B1 ball. We're also doing an award ceremony. I'm doing speed dating on Friday night on the 28th. You got to come for that.
Yeah, that's what it is, speed dating.
We're doing speed dating. And, we're watching a movie, too, the B1 movie, Black First movie. That's going to be premiere. We're doing a red carpet movie premiere. There's a lot of good stuff.
Okay.
Be there or be square.
Okay. I'm excited about this because my weekend just freed up. I had a wedding to go to, but I'm not.
What happened?
Like I said, I went to the bridal shower and she, you know, we just don't.
She not getting married?
Yeah, she gonna get married, but I don't need to be there. That's the thing. I don't need to.
Jazz, you know what?
I'm dead
Stop
serious.
it.
I literally in this season, Dr. Alicia, and that's what I be trying to say on our Tuesdays. God is doing something in my life, and where it activates and upsets people demons. It really
Okay.
does, because I'm very sound and secure in myself. And when you're not sound and secure in yourself and you haven't done the work and I'm actively doing that work, you can feel that. And I am somebody that pours into people. And for lack of a better terms, that person was just like, hey, this is not going to work for me. And I have to respect other people.
Okay. That's unfortunate.
But
you were excited about it.
I get to come somewhere else where I'm appreciated. And I get to get poured into it. My cup gets to be overflowed. Because in that other situation, I was getting drained. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I am 28, everybody. Let's go ahead and be clear. I'm 28. And for the mind that God is giving me and the conversations that I'm in, it is not always as conducive with some of the peers or the people that I've known from college. Like, we are all thinking on the same wavelength. You know, where someone else is getting married, I've already been married and divorced. I see things a little bit differently. So I am not a negative Nancy. I try to be very positive. That's even why I'm on the phone with y'all today. I'm positive.
Okay, we gotta talk though. You gotta talk to me offline.
Girl, I'll talk to you.
I want to get into the head
you
of Jazz right there. Okay, it's 10. It's like we've been on here for 2 hours. I gotta go.
Yes. Okay.
This is absolutely wonderful. Thank you, ladies.
You're welcome.
Unlimited.
And y'all come back next week. I think we're gonna unpack you know, how men heal. I think that's what we'll title it. How do men heal? And we'll get some gentlemen to go on and come up. And I feel like that's how we're going to continue the conversation.
Yeah, I'll see if Dr. Boyce will come on.
Yes, that'll be amazing.
You know what? He always has something to do on Tuesday night. So
okay,
he's always something. He just got stuff scheduled. His schedule is crazy.
Well, it's a lot of men that want to get up here on this stage.
Yeah,
they like the camaraderie in the conversation. So I'm thankful for yet another Tuesday where we talk about and unpack a drama-free Black love. You all go follow everybody that is here. We got Jazz the Pretty Plug. We got Coaching with Dr. Alicia. And we also have Unlimited Faith 05. She got unlimited faith.
I'm following you.
It's an overflow of faith over there. So y'all go over there and make sure you following, liking, commenting, and subscribing. And we'll see y'all next Tuesday for another.
Thank you, ladies. Have a blessed night, you guys. Take care.